Alright, welcome back to week 2 of Mai Tai and Tojo versus the Airwaves. This week we got a special guest star.
Yeah, we do. We have Kailan. So Kailan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hola everybody, I'm Kailan. Nothing much really about me, I guess. I'm 22, hang out, don't go to school, party all the time, way too much obviously.
Speaking of not going to school and not having much to say, this is our embarrassing episodes. Embarrassing stories episode, and Kailan is an embarrassment, if I do say so myself, but it's in a good way.
It's never a good it's just a whole lifetime of embarrassing.
But you, sir, fight fires, so you may have embarrassing stories galore, but you are also
I am pretty awesome.
Did you ever do one of those calendars?
I've always wanted to do that, and then have like Mr. November, how he works his host, like that'd be so awesome to me.
What calendars? I don't even know what we're talking about.
How does the only lady in the room not know about the firefighter calendars?
I don't even know what the firefighter. What is it?
It's like they have, you know how they have calendar girls where every month, every Playboy month, there's a different girl and you hang it on your wall and jerk off to it monthly. So are they naked
or they're like
well,
well,
kinda. Like they'll be like, you know, in their turnouts with suspenders, oiled up, and shirtless.
Oh, okay. It actually sounds nice, but I've never heard of it before.
You've never heard of that.
I'm a nerd. I live in a box.
But you think that, like, I always knew that nerds, like, looked at porn-esque type things all the time.
Oh, she does.
It's just not the firefighter calendar.
You've never had a firefighter fantasy?
No.
Of, like, some firefighter hosing you down?
Oh, my God. All right. We're going to move on, so...
But, Kailan, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
You're our first guest, and we're still not even sure if we have listeners, but one day we're gonna... One day we're gonna have...
Yeah, I saw like 10 views, but it could have been because I like repeated it to listen to myself say terrible like every 5 seconds.
I was definitely one of the views.
Yes, Kailan was one of the views, which is awesome, even though he apparently didn't hear the story about me killing my hamster.
That's great. I love that.
Alright, but, okay, well, tell us real quick about firefighting. Do you,
Well, I fight wildland fires, so forest, not in the city. Basically, all those California wildfires, you know, we go out, try to have the least amount of property damage.
Where do they get, the water out there?
Water sources, like, anywhere we can, like, we could dip our helicopters out of Lake Mead.
Right.
Out of, like, ponds. We've done it out of swimming pools when we were out in California before. It's just like wherever you can get it water's a luxury for that.
Oh yeah.
Normally we'll probably just dig a huge trench around the whole thing and just
let it burn out.
Yep. Whatever's in there and on fire, just gotta remain there and on fire.
How often do you? I have this image of you trying to evacuate some people from a tent, and they're like naked.
You know, I was the first time I was in control of a fire. They call it your incident commander, and it was a little 1-acre fire. And I was telling these families, tenting people, they were like, I don't know. They started the fire. It was so obvious from one, and they were like, "Who, me? Not me." I'm like, oh well, you know, we have the Ranger boat right over here. It was in Lake Mead, and so I get them out. Basically, there's these 2 cute like daughters, and I'm like, wow, these girls are really cute. And I'm kind of paying attention to what I'm doing, but I'm not, and I'm kind of getting up around this little hill type thing, and it's right off Lake Mead, so it's sandy. And the sand kind of was hard, and then it gave way, and I fell back probably a good 10 feet, and I looked like a jackass. It was bad.
I can see you holding one of those firefighting hoses that are really powerful, and you just kind of like floating around in the air as it's wriggling around.
We've had a couple incidents where they charge the hose and no one's holding down on them because they have mines of their own.
Man, that could kill somebody, couldn't it?
Well, the nozzle went back and smacked one of my friends in the face, and he lost his 2 front teeth instantly. It was funniest shit I think I've ever seen in my life.
I was surprised when he said they take water from the pool. Like, can you imagine going out to your pool in the morning and be like, where's all the water?
Like, oh, thanks.
Like jumping and just like hitting the bottom.
You totally saved my house, but now I have to fill my pool.
There's some guys swimming. They don't notice them because they're high up in a helicopter. They just scoop them up with it.
Oh, like,
God.
Hey, wait.
We found a body today in the fire. He wasn't on fire, but he was stuck up in a tree.
Wearing a Speedo.
With suntan lotion on his nose.
Alright, well, thank you for coming on the show again. We're gonna try and make this one a lot shorter than last week.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because last time it was just like part 1, part 2, part 10, part 15. Like even I got tired of watching them.
I think, we went well into the night, so we had to keep Mai's family up and about, and they weren't too happy about that. And
Yeah.
they're kind of douchebags. So.
Oh.
Sacrifices
My brother
for the
is a
greater good.
douchebag.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my weird news this week before we get into our embarrassing stories segment.
Since I'm sure these are someone else's embarrassing stories.
Yeah,
right?
weird news always is, but this one's real short. But
Okay.
I guess in Illinois, and people in Illinois are fucking crazy because people from Chicago, I don't know. Chicago people are weird, but yeah, I guess he called the cops because he was drunk and just wanted to get into a fight. Like you know, like I know Kailan here. Whenever he wants to get into a fight, he gets drunk and goes to a bar and just like goes looking for a fight. That's what a gentleman does.
That's what a gentleman
I mean, if you're gonna go and ruin someone's night, be a gentleman about it.
Yeah.
Don't
I don't
inconvenience
understand
them.
how that's being a gentleman.
Because
There's fighting etiquette.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
You have to be drunk or
I
provoked.
have no idea what fighting etiquette is.
I don't even know either. I'm just kind of
Alright.
talking out of my ass right now.
But so he decides he wants to get into a fight, right?
Yeah.
And he calls up 911, and he pretty much just taunts them and says, "Hey, come down here. I got an emergency." And like, "Oh, what's your emergency, sir?" And it's like, "I feel like punching one of you guys." So he just starts getting into a fight with cops. So they come down there, and of course they arrest him, and they give him, let's see, $100,000 in bail, and no one paid it. So
No one paid it?
he's in
He
there
just
trying.
stayed the night.
But what made me laugh is this guy's picture. You see this,
mugshot?
Kailan?
Oh, that's funny. He's just
like-
grinning. He's like, yep.
He looks like a fucking idiot. Just
Yeah.
like,
He does. He's like, I woke up to make bad decisions every day
Like-
of my life.
if Rocky had a retarded son, it would be this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky had a Down syndrome son because this guy just has. He's so happy that he
Rocky's
finally.
son probably has a huge chance of having Down syndrome. He got punched in the head so many times.
Yeah.
His offspring has to be retarded.
Oh yeah. So my second story. Now I didn't really read this much too much. I just saw the title, and the title made us all laugh out loud. And the title itself is "Flaming Tampons Attack on Car." So
How awesome would that be? Like a cartoon, like do you see just giant tampon destroying a city? Just bro, just killing the city, like Godzilla.
like the Michelin Man.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
What was that guy from Ghostbusters? Wasn't it?
Oh,
He was
yeah,
a
the
big
Michelin
tire.
Man.
Was it Michelin
Yeah.
Man? He was just
Oh.
a big. You ever saw Ghostbusters?
It was so long ago, I can't remember anything
But
from it.
he was so big, and he just. You should.
don't know.
He wasn't even like destroying anything. He was just kind of like plumping around and just stepping on things. My baby. But okay, so this couple named Quentin and Patricia Dishong. Dishong. I don't know. It sounds. Speaking of mug pictures, these people.
Looks so cracked out.
Yeah,
They
she's
really
got
look
like a
cracked out.
we thought you had a cum stain on your pants just now.
It's not a cum stain.
It looks like
definitely
a cum
looks like a cum
stain.
stain.
It does look like a cum
That
stain.
like 110% looks.
Mai Tai has this weird white splatter on her ass.
It's part of the design from the jeans. I have to defend myself. 'cause
Is
I forgot,
that
feel
just
it.
like when girls say that they gotta?
No, feel it. 'cause
Feel it?
feels
You want me to
different
feel
from
your
the rest
ass?
of the jeans.
I love how you just tricked me to touch your tongue. You
She's like, I
completely
smell your
tricked
finger.
me.
Smell your
Surprise.
finger.
It's not cum, taste it. Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha. Slowly come.
You bitch.
There is a story about that. You know, at Trader Joe's, one of the employees, he was handing out free samples of Greek yogurt, and it wasn't yogurt. Can you imagine how embarrassing that is? He went in like the next week, and they're like, "Yeah, he was fired and arrested."
It's
and
free. All you have to do is close your eyes and suck it out of a hose.
I don't know
Just
how they.
open your mouth, close your eyes. Don't ask any questions.
That's so disgusting. Like, I would freak out if that ever happened to me. So don't test Greek yogurt at Trader Joe's.
Yours is all natural.
All natural organic for sure.
What's funny is that my dad is a health freak. I don't know if you know my dad
My
that
parents
well.
definitely are.
Yeah, my dad is a health freak.
Really?
Like, he doesn't buy anything unless it's organic. He doesn't eat anything unless it's from the ground. It's ridiculous. And
No,
he
my-
buys stuff like that all the
Greek
time.
yogurt's good. but semen is not. Not that I know.
No,
but
not
I would
the real
just.
My-
Greek yogurt. Have you had real Greek yogurt?
Yeah.
It is disgusting.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Is, quote, Greek yogurt good, Mai?
It depends on the guy, honestly.
It depends on the Greek.
It depends on the Greek, yeah.
How Greek is he?
Anyway, so this couple, Deshong, they're vandalizing this car, and they beat in the windshield, and they pour gasoline on the seats, and they put dents in the car.